What's up, y'all, and thanks for stopping by the Surge T channel. I am Surge T. Tonight, I will be doing my video on my rundown and thoughts for Monday Night Raw. Let's start it off. This Raw, of course, is on the 13th of September 2021 edition, and how it opened was that Big E came out. He already made mention that he was going to cash in his Money in the Bank on whomever the champion is going to be. Now, it's funny because Big E, he came out and he goes to give a hug to a kid. And all the kid did was just kind of point to him or something like that. He really didn't look like he was about, pointing to him like, yeah, give me a hug, give me a hug. He goes to hug him and the kid got frightened. And then there's these other kids that were reaching out to him and then he didn't even, I think he just gave him a little bit of a, like this and all that. But like he hugged a kid that didn't even react probably the way he would have wanted it to. But he says he may or may not cash in on whomever is the champ after Lashley and Orton battle over the WWE title in the main event. All three of these men opened the show, and first of many talk segments on lack of wrestling and rinse and repeat. And Big E, ever the clown, that's what MVP said, and then Orton, he got his way and moved the WWE title match from Extreme Rules to Raw tonight. And I love how MVP calls E and the New Day clowns, because I've always been saying that week after week. I hate their antics. They're fucking annoying. I don't give a fuck. Now, another thing is that I hate how Orton calls MVP M. Like, what's up, Randy? It's like MVP too many letters for you to say. You don't abbreviate something that's an abbreviation. You know what I mean? Like, MVP is Montel Vontavious Porter. MVP is the shortened version of that, and then you shorten it down to M. Like, yeah, M is like when you have a person you know named Emily, you call him M. Or like in James Bond, he calls what do you call it, M, right? But now let's move on to that. From that, now the Queen of Handouts, Charlotte Flair, takes on Shayna Basler, which is a fresh matchup. Fresh matchup, I guess. I mean, have you seen this recently? Knowing Raw, maybe. And Alexa is gifted a title shot. What did she do to earn it? Because she came out and she's all spooky and playing mind games last week. And did Lily arrange this? Did she scare WWE officials to greenlight this match at Extreme Rules? And then they show a little thing because that WWE Draft is coming this October 4th, and it's going to continue on to October 8th. Ooh, does that even matter? I mean, does it ever make a difference or change anything for real? Oh, they switch things around and fresh matchups here and there. But we all know what happens, right, when it comes to Raw or SmackDown, or even especially Raw. It doesn't matter if a new person shows up. It's going to be the same old damn thing over and over again. So who cares? If you're not going to do anything about that, make it fresh or make it different. Who cares who comes over? Who cares who is switched over from the other brand? Does it going to matter? Now, this match between the Queen of Spades and the Queen of Handouts, ho-hum, I feel a nap coming on. And wouldn't you know it, Jax distracts Basler like Basler did to Jax and causes Charlotte to connect with a big boot and pin Shayna. And Shayna Basler, her win-loss record, mostly been losses. Like, what are they doing to Shayna Basler? They put a new fresh coat of paint on NXT. How about you send Shayna back there? Make her a face of this new, newly, freshly painted, multicolored, NXT. This is on the thing 2.0. 2.0, really? So that means that's not even the original. It's an alternate version of NXT. I thought they were just improving it. They weren't fucking making a new NXT. I guess it's all new, right? And we then see Alexa. She appears with a gift. And I hope it's a gift of mercy. Spare us from Raw's usual bore of a show there, Alexa. And I'm just like thinking, oh God, can this segment be even more cringe-inducing between her and Charlotte Flair? And then Charlotte's gift is a doll named Charlie. Has a robe, the long blonde hair, looked more like it was greenish orange, and had a belt around her and stuff like that. And I'm just thinking, I hate these childish segments. I get it, have fun with the characters, I get it, but it's like dolls. These are grown women, dolls. I mean, Alexa's, okay, whatever with her doll, but the one thing I liked about it though is that here's what Alexa called Charlotte Flair, and I couldn't agree more. Called her a narcissistic, self-absorbed bitch. I called her a bitch in my last video, and I don't take that back because she is. The way she acts, I get it. It's probably her character. She's trying to do it that, but she's sticking it to the fans. That's what WWE has made her do, because we keep complaining about her, so she acts the way she does, and all it does is just makes her even more of a hated person, you know. And then Alexa Bliss takes the fight to her, and then she does a sunset flip bomb, I guess that's what you call it. And he sends the queen, the handout queen, to the outside. At least she sat on her ass and was like this. At least she didn't get up again like John Cena or even Hulk Hogan. I've seen all these bunch of little vids, about 10 seconds or whatever, showing how he sandbags opponents and he doesn't really sell the move. I never really noticed that about Hogan. Seriously, until like recently when I started watching this, and I'm going, he did do that. Cena's notorious for that, and so is Charlotte. Get hit by a big ass move to get back up. Now, their thing is, what they're trying to say is that, oh, they're so tough. They're so, like, resilient. They're going to get up back on the move. It really makes the move look weak, and it makes the people that want to keep saying that wrestling's fake, it gives them a reason to be like, see, that's what I'm talking about. If it's real, why isn't it that they get back up again? How about you sell the goddamn move? How about you sell it so that it looks at least like it did something? There's a few people that do that don't sell for anybody. Notorious. There's been plenty, but I'm talking about recent. I'm talking about now. I'm talking about the people that are active now. Yeah. But let's just move on. Now, this was said. How on earth can we make tonight bigger and red hot? That was said by Corey Graves. And how does he say? How do we do that, guy, Corey? How is it that we do that, Corey? 6-man tag team match? Because nothing says epic like a run-of-the-mill multi-man match, and I've said it many a time on my videos. I hate multi-man matches because they're messy. If they're not done right, it's just like, all you look at it and you go, all that is because we want to get everybody involved. Instead of having like back-to-back matches and fewer segments, fewer interviews or whatever, and just get to the action. No, just stuff everybody into one match. Yeah, Drew McIntyre and the Viking Raiders. And the Viking Raiders, who still yet have anything to show for their plundering and their, raiding the, the tag team division. And they're going to get up against Jinder and his jobbers. Bear and Shanky, but then he's a jobber too. I hate when, these guys, he really proved me wrong. He's just another, I'm trying to give him benefit of the doubt. I said, and I might be in the minority, but, but then I look at him and I'm going, yeah, he's just a fucking jobber. Like, who cares? And then, Drew McIntyre. This is how he reestablishes his dominance, right? Well, you don't do that competing with the shit competitors that he's facing tonight. He is borderline mid-card now. And he does hit the Claymore after the 1, 2, 3 countdown to desolation. What does Corey say it? Or decimation. And then he does that on Shanky. I hate saying that name. It's the stupidest damn name I've ever heard. And he gets the pin and the win. Okay. He moves up about a good amount above the 24/7 division, but he's still in the mid card. You're gonna pin these guys. Drew, you better hope that you don't end up in catering, because they're not putting you in a good situation. 6-man tag match. Your opponents are what do I call it? Or Mahal and his cronies. Come on. At least be in competition there with where you were and you failed, and you don't get a shot at the United States Championship. But yeah. But he's reestablishing his dominance. Yeah, dominating the mid card, right above the jobbers, but right in the mid card. That's it. Now we see backstage the Raw three-ring circus as it sees the reuniting of its main clown act, the New Day. And let's go to the main reason why Raw is crap. Is that should be the new thing? How I said Raw is war, Raw is crap. We see R-Truth and Gulak and Tozawa. They try to get at Reggie, and I am getting annoyed. I'm trying to get at Reggie. Well, I'm trying to get at my remote control and probably reverse, fast forwarding it. But I watched this stuff, and I'm so annoyed with this silly shit. I mean, why does it exist? The 24/7 title. It's starting to get monotonous now. I mean, it was a little bit of a fresh coat of excitement with Reggie. Yeah, he does bring excitement. He does bring a different type of approach to a competitor in the 24/7 division, which again is actually gone up one person. Drew Gulak. Oh, I think I saw Cedric Alexander in there. Why has he have fallen? He was right up there with the fight, right? With the hurt business, and then here he is again. It's a good thing, babe, because I totally was sick and tired of hearing his voice. Every time he raises his voice, it's like he fucking leaves a lozenge. Like, how about you take a lozenge and clear your throat up before you start raising your voice and sounding like your voice is running out before you even finish the sentence. But nothing would happen. They're just chasing after Reggie. That's about it. Now, Jeff Hardy. No More Words truly has no impact or adds anything to Hardy's entrance. You know how when it goes then it goes right, and then the pyro goes off and he's doing this stuff, right? He didn't even do that. He just walks out, looks straight, and then the pyro goes off behind him. And I go, why get the damn theme back, which was a good thing for a bit there. Everybody was, I was digging it. I go, okay, he got the theme back. And you know what I mean? It's just like, and I'm saying, no more words, more like no more relevance when it comes to Jeff's place in WWE. Yeah, he got the U.S. Title shot. Yeah, he got the U.S. title shot. He wasn't going to win it. Again, WWE, you have a match already lined up and set up at Extreme Rules. Sheamus versus Damian Priest. And what do? Again, set up another title match before that title match. Now, Sheamus has his choice because whoever wins, he's going to face him anyways. But WWE always does this. I don't know why. And, he's challenging Damian Priest for the U.S. title tonight. But then Priest ends up hitting the Reckoning. But did Jeff Hardy botch that, or did Priest not deliver it correctly? They show it, and it looks like it's just sort of just how the Reckoning. This looks smooth when he does it. It just flip, boom. This one looked like Jeff. I don't know if he slipped out of it, and then he ended up DDTing himself, or he ended up suplexing himself. But it looked really awful. But then they go, well, it looks sloppy. That's what what do you call it? It looks sloppy, but he was able to deliver it. No, because the outcome was going to be that he was going to get pinned with the Reckoning. So it doesn't matter if he missed it. If Jeff Hardy slipped out of his hands and he just flipped himself, he still would have counted him down 1, 2, 3, because that's how it was going to end. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. It could have been Jeff Hardy doing it himself, and then Priest comes in and then covers him. You know? Now, let's talk about this backstage. Nikki AHS. That's what when the women's tag team champions Natalya and Tamina got into it with Rhea and Nikki, and they're fighting, battling, and then Sonya Deville breaks them up. She tries to pull them ahead, put them, put what do you call that word? Kind of pulls them apart and tries to keep them at bay, and then she goes, because she says, okay, because it was going to be Rhea and Natalya, but then she said, okay, there's going to be another match before that. It's going to be Nikki AHS versus Tamina. And then Corey corrects her from the commentator booth and says that, hey, this isn't American Horror Story. I like that because I was a fan of that, except for the last 3 seasons. I think the last one I watched was Roanoke, and that was a mess. I mean, I was just like it was. I like the effort, but the execution was kind of like, eh. But this isn't about that. But he said that, and then he says it's Nikki AHASH. I almost said AHS, and she faces Tamina, right? And then she's gonna be followed up. It's gonna be followed up by Rhea versus Natalia. It's like double. Who gives a fuck? Double. Who gives a rat's ass? Who gives a care? Who gives? I don't give none of that. Now they come back and they realize and they announce that Gable Steveson has signed with WWE. Now, what does this former Olympian expect to accomplish in WWE? Is he going to be the first Olympic gold medalist to be in catering? Because if he comes here, what are they going to use him for? I heard him say that he may be the next Kurt Angle. And I'm like going, no one's Kurt Angle. He said that about Gable. He said that about speaking of Gable, kind of funny. His first name is Gable, and then there's another Olympian with the last name of Gable. I'm pretty sure WWE is gonna change his name. I mean, they signed him, but he could easily be a different guy, a different name when he arrives. Hopefully, just give him a shot, right? Yeah, I'll give him a chance because he hasn't been here yet. So we'll see. Now we see another backstage segment with Rated RK Bro and Big E. Again, who cares? Now this match, Nikki and Tamina. It ends with a tornado DDT by Nikki ASH. And she gets a pin, but Mike Rome says, and the winner of this match, Tamina. No one flinches in the audience. No one corrects him in the commentator booth. I think that Nikki had a look on her face, like she almost smiled like she was going to victory, but then her mouth kind of cringed. Like, I mean, it kind of like twisted weirdly. Like, she probably was thinking, I'm the one that won. What? And then he come back and he still didn't. Because I remember there was one time, some time back, where they said, "Oh no, it was this person that won." And Mike Rome, he's not perfect, of course. He's a good commentator. I mean, a commentator, but a good announcer. Got a good voice. So does the other guy. I forget his name on SmackDown. But they make their mistakes. But man, like no correction. I guess he was just so into the moment. I don't know. But it was, I had to rewind it a bunch of times. I said, what happened? No, Nikki's the one that pinned her. Go back again. Yeah, what? And then after that, Ripley and Natalia. Now, who wins this match? Who you got? I personally don't. I personally don't care. Like, and then Jimmy says that Natalia respects the young bucks who are coming in. Is Jimmy gonna get a pay cut for mentioning or saying Young Bucks? I don't know. Rumors are having that Vince McMahon has had it with AEW and all that stuff, and he's trying to stop the bleeding when it comes to people leaving and going to AEW and all that stuff. I don't think he wants to hear that, even if it's in another context. He's talking about the Young Bucks coming up. Not Young Bucks coming up to WWE. You know what I'm saying? Not them, but the young ladies, the competition for her. Why did she say young ladies? No, why didn't he say young ladies? Say young bucks, or I guess he was quoting her, so she should have said something different. But they're not going to, catch themselves whenever they say something that could incriminate them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Young Bucks, that's an active tag team right now. A team that, along with Kenny Omega and I think Cody too, they turned down WWE before AEW happened. And they were trying to sign them. I think they did it because AEW is another destination that I go to when I want to watch wrestling. When I want to watch wrestling. Not when I want to watch WWE or when I want to watch AEW. You see these idiots on social media, saying about, AEW is better, WWE is better. I don't give a fuck. I'm a wrestling fan. If I had time, I would watch New Japan. I would watch Impact. I would watch ROH. I would watch, these other ones. Even the female ones with Shimmer. And, all the other ones. All the promotions that they have. You know what I mean? I don't. I only have time for AEW and WWE. And I love them both. End of story. Now, this match was actually very good. Very, very, really just a good show of offense. I love the transitions, especially Natalia was putting together some good stuff. She did a thing where she was powered up, but then she turned it into I believe it was a Hurricane Run. I'm trying to remember, but I just loved what they were doing. They were trying to put on a good match, way better than Nikki and Tamina's. It's kind of hard to you know to carry around that lump of Tamina. She there was like a Hurricane Rana, and then she fell awkwardly and felt like just like a load of potatoes. You know what I mean? Sack of potatoes, if you will. But this match was very, it was pretty physical, and it was pretty like it was a little athletic there, a little showing their that their that little athleticisms, a little athleticism, and they were trying. I liked it because they were trying. Was it a great match? No. But then we see Rhea lock in that submission of hers, and she taps out Tamina. I mean, taps out. She might as well tapped out Tamina. Tamina should have felt it, the way she was tapping out Natalia. And the tag champs continue to show that maybe it's time. Maybe it's time that they drop the belts already. And oh boy, another multi-man tag match. And they got the New Clowns, the New Day, and Ali and Mansoor. And I spelt it on my notes, Sewer, versus Ascension 2.0, T-Bar and Mace. Then they go against, they team up with Styles and Omos. And how does this end? Like the other matches tonight, do I care? And, well, Omos sends Ali nearly crashing through the ring with a choke bomb and pins him center ring. Like I said, I hate multi-man matches, whether they be tag team, fatal four-way. It depends on the competitors and the way they tell a story in the ring, But especially when it comes to 8-man tags, like what I don't like about it, and I know there's a lot of people that agree as well, is that it's just an excuse to put the majority of the roster together. You don't want to have singles matches or even like straight up tag team matches. You want to have multi-man matches. So let's get everybody involved. So that if you do that, then we don't have to spend so much time on wrestling. We'll continue to have segments and interviews and nonsense and silly games. Oh, I'm surprised. Tonight I didn't see Miz. I don't know where the hell he's been. And I didn't see Morrison, which I hope they sent him to catering, because he's been a bust. He's like supposed to be like a babyface now, right? But then he's a jobber now. They just feed him to whomever's up and coming. Well, last week wasn't it Omos, right? Yeah, Moist TV. I hate saying that with Karrion Kross. Well, luckily we didn't have to put up with that, and the damn drizzle sticks and what do you call those? Drip sticks, whatever. Who cares? I'd rather have a mozzarella stick. But yeah, that was it. Now Eva Marie and Doudrop. The reason why I say Doudrop now is because Piper Niven accepts it. If she accepts it, then I'll accept it because I love the girl. I think she's great, and congratulations to her and the lucky guy. She got married recently, so so congratulations to her. And like I said, her and Eva Marie again, but the last week's match never took place. But this time, we're gonna have to put up with that waste of ring space, Eva Marie. And I'm saying, destroy her, Doudrop, please. Rid us of Eva, please. And then like last week, same result. But this time it counts and Doudrop gets the victory. But please, Byron, stop saying, Duolution. It doesn't go off the tongue. It doesn't sound cool. Give her another thing that could elevate her and not try to use the illusion thing. You know what I mean? Evolution, and we got Evolution. We had Evolution with Ric Flair and group, and then we had women's first ever pay-per-view, Evolution. Enough with the illusions. It's an illusion. to use the illusion. You know what I mean? Give me a break. Now, this had me scared, guys. I was like cowering in my seat. Karrion Kross, he looks to put fear in us. No, sorry there, Kross, because Raw has ruined you. Nothing you say or do is intimidating anymore. It looks like he's trying hard. You know when someone tries to put fear in you and you just all you're doing is you're just like holding in your laughter. That's what it looks like. Like he's trying hard to make you see. I'm a scary man. Please, I used to be. You don't understand. When I was in Impact Wrestling, I was dominant, and in the NXT, I'm even more dominant. Please don't let Raw ruin me. I know they did, but please, like I'm like, oh no, Raw ruined you. They did it when they made you drop, or eat an L going against Jeff Hardy. And I think, like I said, they let him win because he had his theme back. No more words. So, you know what I mean? That's what a lot of people were saying. I even agree. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what it's almost like it felt like. It probably wasn't necessarily that, but that's what it was. That's what it felt like. That's what it really felt like. It was annoying. It was annoying. You know what I mean? And like I said, he's doing that shit. I'm going. No one cares anymore. You get booed, but not for the right reason. Not because you're a heel, but because nobody wants to see you. It's gonna take a long time. Maybe the rest of this year, and then maybe the next year. Let's start. Let's wipe the slate clean. Let's do it. Let's start a new year, and let him have a win streak. Let him dominate. Let him destroy everybody in the locker room, backstage. He attacks people during their matches. How about that? Takes out both the opponents in that match, right? No. Debut him while he's the NXT champion. That's supposed to be a strong person, right? A strong competitor because he has a title. Doesn't matter because he got squashed by Jeff Hardy in 2 minutes. Not 2 minutes, yeah. Shame. Now, next week, guys, we see Shayna Basler and Nia Jax. Finally, after all this time with the stop and start, but it's a little too late. Why would we care? I mean, that is the thing for me lately. And in the show, why do I care? But we have a title match, folks. WWE Championship with Lashley and Orton going at it. And in the end, Bobby Lashley retains. And it seems like he retained a knee injury because when he went to go chokeslam Orton into the announcer's table, announcer's desk there, part of it came down and it looked like it came down hard on his left knee. And, he hops in and I'm just thinking, is it going to happen? Are we going to see a certain individual appear? And then before you can say that Lashley retains and is still your WWE champion, but not for long because Big E cashes in and hits the big ending after trying it before. He's able to do it again. He even kicked out of a spear by Lashley, and that's rare. But because Randy Orton got hit by that, he kicked out. But then Big E's able to cash in, and then he hits the big ending and pins Lashley and becomes the new WWE champion. And he is joined by Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, and they all celebrate. And listen to this, folks. Now 2/3 of New Day have won the WWE title. Where's that going to put Xavier Woods? I think Xavier Woods needs to go, you know what, guys? You guys have become WWE champion. I've never held a singles championship. I want to go after the United States championship. How about he goes after the Cruiserweight championship on NXT? How about, you do something like that? But then he's been dominant as a tag team champion. I guess that's what he wants. I don't think he's ever gone after. I think maybe he may have gone after a singles title, but I can't remember. Not off hand or not off, whatever you want to call that. But I say, man, I'm not as angry. I'm not as pissed like I usually am. But Raw again. Raw can't claim that they have the best women's division because they always put on shit matches, crappy matches. I mean, the Rhea Ripley and Natalya was decent. They tried. You can see they were trying. But sometimes these women don't try. It doesn't look like they try. And they got great stars. They got great superstars. They got great women that are competing in this division. But show something, Start and stop when it comes to what do you call it? Shayna Basler and Nia Jax. It's happening next week, finally. But does anybody care? You know, Big E now is the new champion. Is that going to matter? Is Big E going to be able to carry Raw through the rest of this year and into the next year? You know, how long is he going to hold the title? Is he going to be a transitional champion? Reason why he didn't go after Roman Reigns and cash it in on him or in Finn Balor, because it's them, and then they already have Roman Reigns sewn up for Brock. You know that Finn's not going to win the title because it's going to be Brock and Roman Reigns. That's the marquee match. He had to become the Demon, did Finn, because nobody wanted to see Finn Balor and Roman again. So they switch it up a little bit. It's going to be Demon versus the Tribal Chief. But that's SmackDown, and this is Raw. Like I said, same thing. I'm just not as pissed off as I usually am. But I still go on record as saying that Raw still is the worst show. The A or B or C or D show? No, it's the F show. It always is. It always has been. Always will be. Because they just don't know what they're doing. They don't know what to do at times. They try to flip it up a little bit here. A cash in. But was it impressive? Was it something that made? I admit I had a little bit of the thing going up my back. That feeling of, oh my god, like a rush kind of thing. Like I enjoyed it. I thought it was great that he won. I felt those chills. I'm like, ooh, that's great. It's great that he won it because it's good for his resume. It's good for his work, his his career, WWE Championship. You can't beat that, right? What's the Universal title? What is the big gold belt? What is that when it comes to being a world champion? It's the WWE Championship. If you win that one, you're legit. You're a WWE champion. Not the Universal Champion, which is a championship, but is it taken seriously? Not the big gold belt, the world title that they had before that. Was that really something that was taken seriously? Some people did, but it wasn't the WWE Championship. But Big E's the WWE Champion now. Congratulations to him, and let's see how long he carries that and who they set up to face him in the future. But anyway, that's my video for Monday Night Raw. My rundown of thoughts for the 13th of I was not saying November. Then I'm sure, like, no, is it already nearing the year, end of the year? No, September of 2021. And this is my video. So for those of you who stopped by and checked it out, I appreciate it. And in closing, as always, take care.